This is Los Morales from Black Film TV talking to the one and only Woody McClain, who always manages to stay alive week by week, episode by episode, in season 3 of Power Book 2 Ghost. How's it going?
Man, it's amazing. It's amazing. How are things on your end?
So, talk to me about coming into the season. Do they tell you where the season's going to go when you first get the script?
Oh, they're super vague. They're like, okay, we're gonna start you from here and you'll end up here. But I think it's the journey in between that they don't let us know. So like that's always the interesting part. And the writers do such an amazing job at just keeping the story alive and keeping it fresh and keeping things spontaneous, you know?
And then, obviously, from what we've seen so far, Kane is the ultimate badass. The way he's been treating his dad, his dad, his dad. That's all I have to say. When you read that script saying how Trent Kane's going to treat, his dad, what were you thinking initially?
I initially thought karma, you know. That's that's what I thought. It was his dad's karma. I mean, this is the world of power. So I feel like that was inevitable to happen.
you know, but before we go there, I want to mix in a little bit of what's going on now in season 3 to your background. Obviously, I give you a lot of credit because you definitely have changed your persona in terms of what people see you in. You first got introduced to masses when you played Bobby Brown. And you did one hell of a job there, obviously
Thank
to
you.
the point where they gave you your own series, you know, and so you solidify yourself. And then all of a sudden you're playing Kane. When you started this world in the acting field, did you see yourself in this position?
Never, never. I've always seen myself doing comedies and rom-coms. I'm a huge fan of Eddie Murphy, Adam Sandler, the Kevin Harts. And I love how those guys were able to create opportunities for themselves and their friends. Like that was my whole purpose of like getting into the social media space. I was able to like create my own content and hire my friends to be in my videos. You know what I mean? So I kind of want to that's where my passion is at. But God has opened up a whole new door for me. I'm sorry, we can't talk about, I don't want to get too religious on you, but I feel like God has gave me a different path to go down just to sharpen my tools more before I can actually do exactly what I want.
From Bobby to Kane, two different personas. Do you have a team in place as far as mapping out what you want to do, so that way you're not playing the same roles over and over and over? Obviously, there's people that know you in the music world, there's people that know you in the dance world. But Kane and Power is a whole different audience.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with M88, man, and they're really hands-on and really great. Swoop and Arande are my two. These are like my two guys, you know what I mean? And they're really taking my career serious. My whole team, from my PRs, everybody is helping me craft the career that I want. And I've like I said before, I'll never be put in a box. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, you'll be put in a box." I mean, I was in a marching band, I was a social media celebrity, I was a backup dancer, I'm acting, I'm a music producer. So it's like there is no box. I'm in whatever box I want to be in at the moment. So yeah, yeah.
As you work with different directors and different writers on the Ghost series, obviously actors can never stop learning. And each time you put on this persona of Kane, it's a different side of him, and it's a different side of you that we're seeing. How much have you learned so far each time you're filming a new episode?
I learned so much. And our new showrunner, Brett Mahoney, has done an amazing job at really, really humanizing a lot of these characters. That was his main thing. He was like, Woody, I really want to challenge Kane. I really want to humanize him. So that's been our main theme for season 3 is, and then you'll be able to see the relationship Kane has with Braden. It's a completely different relationship that he has with his siblings and with his mom. So I think they're doing an amazing job at just making him human, man. That was like the key. We didn't want him to feel like, you know, he's in this world and can just kill anybody at any chance. We really, really strive on humanizing these characters.
Yeah. First, I was a little bit nervous when I said, okay, usually you talk to actors mid-season when it's like their last episode. But that is not, I was like, uh-oh. I've seen some few episodes that have not been shown yet. It's suffice to say, for anybody that's going to be watching this, Woody is not going anywhere, not yet. you know,
You seen the whole season?
no, I haven't seen the whole season. I've not seen the whole season. I've
Okay.
not seen the whole season.
You see
So
that? Okay. Okay.
we're not
I'm
giving out any spoilers out here today.
yeah.
We're just
All
talking
right.
about where Woody is at, where Kane is at. You know, how this cat has. People look at you as the Sonny Corleone of the series, the hothead. Daddy doesn't trust. That's why he gave the job to Drew. A la Godfather style. But Kane, the writers have done a good job in not making him be like Sonny. With three
Yeah.
seasons in,
Absolutely.
and he ain't
Absolutely.
gonna go out and blaze the
Absolutely.
glory. That's a
Right.
testimony
Right.
of fans liking you, you and your performance. We need a hot shot because it ain't gonna be all Monet. Somebody's got to be there to be.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be the ruthless one in the family that holds it down and kind of have not a conscience in this business. You know,
Yeah.
people in this business all live
Absolutely.
long. You don't have a
Absolutely.
conscience.
Absolutely.
And so uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
week
Yeah.
after week, from Power to Ghost to Raising Canaan, to BMF, obviously all within the fictional world, there's an audience. There's an audience that gravitates towards this, especially now because since the pandemic, we've got a glut of TV shows out there, and you guys are still
Yeah.
killing it
Absolutely.
week after week when there's a fight to get an audience. You can have a good show, but you got to find the right way to get the audience coming out there. What would you say has been attributes of Power Book 2 Ghost that keeps the audience coming back week after week?
I think that just goes to the writers. The writers are just amazing at keeping you hooked. Like every time I read it, I'm like, there's no way they're getting out of this situation. And every time the writers deliver a brand new perspective on things. And I think like all credit goes to the writers. Everything that they see on screen is our writers. Our writers are there with us on set. So they're always crafting amazing and beautiful stories, and that's been amazing for me to be a part of, just to work with different writers, different directors, and see how everybody brings something different. Because like I like to say, man, I'm still learning. I'm very, very new to this game. So anytime I can get a chance to learn and grow, like that's my favorite thing to do in the world. I love it. I love it so much.
The audience loved this show,
Mhm.
and your background coming in. And like I said before, I've seen you grow. I continue on to see you grow. Obviously, when you ever get a chance and the show's not on, hopefully you could do maybe Broadway, maybe more movies. Let's get into that because then we're like,
Okay.
oh, because everything you can do that's different brings in a new audience to your
Mhm.
fan base. And,
Yeah,
they like to see that because you're not a one note actor. You know,
absolutely.
and so
Absolutely.
even though the characters are mapped out on the show in terms of hopefully we never know what the show like what when the show first started they were hating Tariq and now they like them you know
They love them.
they were there they were there they were there for Kane in the beginning and it goes back and forth. You say like they were like
Yeah. Yeah.
even as you watch the season now, you're like, what is Kane doing? Trying to mess up a happy relationship between Tariq and Effie. Kane. We're trying to. Are we going to see the romantic side of Kane out here? Is he going to be, or is he just trying to get another notch on his belt?
Is Tariq and Effie happy? Seem like they always got drama. So why not remove her from the toxic Tariq? That's his name. Let's call him TT for toxic Tariq. I think Kane is trying to remove her from that situation, and I think that's a beautiful thing. That's how I see it. It might not come across like that, but that's how I see it.
When you're not doing a show, what do you do to stay humble? Like what do you do where you can be you and not have to code switch once you come outside?
Cool. Um, I go bowling. I go golfing with my friends in Orlando. I'm writing all the time. I produce music. Shout out to all the FL studio producers out there. So I produce music. What else do I do, bro? Oh,
And
real estate. Like I do so much different things, man. I have so many things I
then
do that keeps me active, and I'm always trying to figure out ways to position my family members in better situations. So you know what I mean? They're working less and just living life more.
and then talk to me about the relationship you have with the cast. Is it all one love, or is it like I'm here for a job and then I go home?
Well, for me, I know for me personally, it depends on the scenes. Um, I know just recently, well, not recently. I remember in one of those episodes, I I didn't talk to Lavelle and my brother Drew that plays Drew. I didn't talk to him at all, and like it's always love between us. But this moment, I was like, yeah, I'm just not going to talk to him. I'm just get under his skin. He was like, Woody, how you doing? I just walk away. You know, it's just little things like that. But I think we built such a great relationship. Everybody understands, like, oh, okay, it's not any malice behind it. It's like it's competition at this point. Like, you know what I mean? It's fun though, but like everybody, we all have such great relationships. Even Mary, like I love Mary, man. She's one of the coolest people I've ever worked with. And she's so dedicated, so open, so chill. We share stories all the time. I mean, even when she first seen me, she was like, "Oh shoot, they got Bobby Brown playing my son." She's like, "This is gonna be great." So like, just like knowing that she's seen my work, I thought that was amazing. So we're even trying to figure out what can we do outside of this together.
Before I let you go, is there anything you want to say that you want to promote? You got a book, you got an album, you got music. Or is there anything out there that we're going to get that we can't find on Google as far as what is Woody McClain up to?
Man, honestly, I'm really loving the comic book space. I've been following this guy named Tyler Martin. He's created the Godhood Comics publishing company, but he has a great comic called The Antagonist that I like. I love it, man. I'm always blowing his DMs up like, bro, this is great. Like, when is the next issue coming out? So I've been really trying to like get into the comic book space. And I finally reached out to Tyler and he finally reached back. So I think it might be possible something might be brewing. But you're going to be the first person to know. I'll let you know. You'll be the first for sure. Absolutely.
Woody, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Obviously, as I said before, Kane ain't going anywhere, at least not in the next few episodes. So keep watching. This ain't a finale. And the reason I said that is because uh, uh, I had talked to another actor on another show, and it was like, oh, they didn't tell me they were killing them off. That's why they were doing press stars. Get that last bit of write-ups, but that is not the
Got
reason
to.
here. We're here to
Got
talk
to.
about you, the actor, the character, the amazing job you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I've always been there from the beginning. At least one, I
Absolutely.
started noticing you. So keep it that. Keep it up. I got your back wherever you're at.
Thank you.
Take care and stay safe, man.
Thank you. You too, man. Thank you, Wilson.
All right.
All right. Later.